すみません、カイト、バタはありますか？
バタ。なぜバタバレル毒が欲しのですか？
滑らかな味わいには向いていない。この樽から抜け出すのに何か助けが必要だ。
行き詰まっていますか？タルーの中で暮らすのが好きなだけだと思ってた。
本当、エロ仙人がバカ外人に下手な歌を朗読するのを聞いて一生お過ごしたいと思ってるのね。
私は傷ついています。バレルドグ、あなたは私の俳句が好きだと思っていました。私はあなたが良い子だとは思いません。
忘れてください。これが今の私の人生です。誰かがこれについて漫画を書くべきです。それは人々が呼んでいる人生のゴミの断片にぴったり当てはまります。そんな目で見ないでください。私はあなたがどんな漫画を読んでいるかを見ました。それにしてもバカ外人はどこにいるんだ？
ユヌ、良い質問ですね。
Hello my dudes, welcome back to Minecolonies Shogun style. So between the last episode and this one, we did, like I said, upgrade our avenues, our mine, and also our residence. Let's take a look. So number 1, we finally reached the maximum amount of colonists that we were allowed due to housing. So it was time to get our Machia up to level 2. This was much easier than I was worried it would be, and it looks really cool with a roof now. This has basically doubled our capacity. Really good news. And also, like I said, we wanted to get the mine up to level 2, which it is now. That's great. One step closer to getting the technology trees unlocked. So what are we up to this episode? Well, I wanted to show you something I've discovered about the farm and the lumberjack, but we also want to look into future city expansions. We're going to be building, I think, some more walls and some gates this episode. Now that we've unlocked the barracks, we can finally build a really cool barracks gate. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get in game and I can show you what I mean first person. Oh man, yeah, so the residence does look really cool. It's still only one floor. We just get like a proper roof now. But there's loads and loads of scope for upgrading these buildings as well. So the secondary residences that are inside these apartments are still only level 1. Lime carpet, and now that we have the dye essence, we can get any color we need of dye, so that's going to make making these residences upgraded really easy. Let's go and get all of these queued to be upgraded and get even more space inside our colony. So let's go and grab that carpet that we need. Now that reminds me actually, we can come over here and I can show you guys what we've done with our mystical agriculture setup. As you can see, the old plots only had 1 seed of each, 1 dirt and 1 dye. But we've upgraded that and we've added a whole load more, some extra worms and some fences, and now it all looks kind of neat and tidy. Plus it means we can come over here and just come over and just right click all of these lovely crops. Honestly, these look really cool. I love the way they kind of cycle through all of the colors. I think if you're going for decoration, you could probably splash these plants around in some select locations, and they look really cool as decoration. So we've got the dye essence, and we've got the dirt essence, and yeah, with the crafting table on a stick, all you need to do is put the dye in the correct configuration. The lime dye, it's in the bottom left, and the top right, and bam! 3 dye essence get you 6 lime dye. That brings us to 30, and all that we need to get these carpets made. Oh, we'll also need the cotton as well, because yeah, we're pretty low on wool. So let's grab some of that as well. Oh man, it's all going really nicely over here. Now I could be way more efficient with my farms, like they're pretty small, there's no machinery to make them quicker, there's a whole bunch of things you can do to speed up crop growth and automate gathering them, and that's something we could do, but I'm not doing because machines, while they're great, they do honestly kind of look ugly, and it's not very feudal Japan, is it? We're trying to stay authentic with this playthrough. We want everything to look kind of as feudal Japan as possible. Obviously the Zycraft machines break those rules, So does the computer, but there's some things you just can't live without. So let's make ourselves some lime carpet. This should be very simple. Obviously the cotton becomes string. Then the string becomes wool. Then the wool becomes carpet. Bam, and then that carpet becomes lime carpet. Amazing. Exactly what the builder needs to get going. There you go. Oh, there we go. Wow, congratulations. That was pretty quick. So we also have this... Oh my god, yeah, they're just going up. We've got this area next to the town hall that's been messy for a while now. Look at this. There's some carrots here. Get rid of those, but dig them up. We also need to move the market, because that's no good here. And we... Oh, so long, Emma. But we want to work out what we're putting here. Now, what we could do is put a building here, but I can't think of any buildings that would fit perfectly here. What I do think this is a good chance to explore, though, is some of the options to do with decoration. So we're going to get rid of this pond, flatten the area, and take a look at some of the decorations that are available. There we go, and if we fill in this water, the farmland should fix itself, because there's nothing to irrigate it. But we'll just tidy this up with a bit more dirt here as well. Okay, pretty cool. So I've got the build tool. Let's take a look at some of the decorations that are in the Shogun style. This is a pretty exciting moment. Usually, Spumantie's packs come with a whole bunch of crazy cool decorations you can put into your colony. And under decorations, take a look. Oh my god, there's a lot of categories here. Gardens, greens, harbor, misc, player house, ships, supplies, and wonders. Okay, well, we'll get to wonders, so don't worry. At the moment, there's an extra ramp thin, and a palace. Wow, can't wait to see that. Now, there's some really cool decorations here, all with a Japanese theme, so it's a great way for you to get ideas, if not actually build these things, to make your colony look more Japanese. So there's gardens, chunks. What's island big? You know what? I'm going to get a bird's eye view up on the town hall, and let's just go through all of these to see how cool they are. So we have gardens, chunks, island big, island small, plain gravel full. Wow, that's just a big old square of gravel. Plain gravel half, steep curve, steep diagonal, steep flat, steep offset, okay. And these are getting like a bit samey here. There's a sunken bay, that looks kind of cool. More turns. These are basically just like elaborations on walls. And these are all very simple if you want to build them yourself. But it's a kind of a bit like Lego, you know? You can kind of paste down what you want. This looks kind of cool with like the mossy blocks and the carpet. Very nice. It looks like you can put down your own little man-made stream. Very cool. But that's it for gardens. Now, what is greens? Okay, here we go. So we've got planters. These are much like the Byzantine ones. You can paste these down and they make just great decorations around the colony. Very cool. There's a pond. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. And again, this is very simple. You could do this yourself, man-made, if you wanted to, but it's a nice kind of abstract pond, complete with some stepping stones along the middle. Very nice. Oh, look at this. Also, there's like some man-made little rock formations. So you could build like a whole garden using this. That's a really cool idea. There's also trees. If you don't trust the game to put down saplings in the way you want, you can of course make these man-made trees. And these are all pretty cool. I've got a lot of respect for these because honestly, designing trees that look good is really tough to do. But these all look quite nice, and they're a great complement if you don't want to trust the game to give you good saplings. Now, what about the harbor? That sounds crazy. Harbor stuff. Okay, so that's just like a bunch of barrels and things that you can put down in a harbor to make it look like there's some goods coming in and out. And a rope loader. Is that like a mini kind of Japanese feudal crane? Looks like it could be, but it also kind of functions as a gate. Well, okay, that's the harbor. Now what about misc? Oh yeah, here we go. This is the real meat of the decoration setup. So there's a lampstand, A, B, and C, different styles for whatever materials you have around. Oh man, some of these lamps look really, really, really cool. Well, look at that one, like a red lantern. Looks like you're supposed to hang that from something. Very nice. Oh, maybe you hang it from a lantern stand. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, look at this. So there's like avenue sections. You can put these down on the end or in the middle of avenues to add some lighting. And you can also add some banners as well. I think we might have to go over our avenues and add a whole bunch of these because they look really cool. There's a shed, because why wouldn't there be a shed? There is, of course, the Shinto Way Shrine. It's a shame this is a decoration with no real purpose, but what does it have at level 2 that makes it different? Whoa, okay, so this thing really explodes at level 2, but it looks like the materials to get there are not the easiest of things. What is this? There's some cool little kind of lions. It looks like down here there's like a throne. Oh my god, I can't wait to build this. It does look super amazing. There's also this stand, which looks like a bit of a gazebo. There's more stuff, which is just like barrels and things. And a Torii big birch. What's this? Oh, it's a Torii gate. Amazing. This looks really cool. And I believe it looks like it's the right size to fit on an avenue. Let's maneuver it over. Oh, no, wait, yeah, it's a bit bigger than an avenue, but it does look like it would fit perfectly, branching over some of our roads. Oh, man, yeah, it does look really cool. We'll have to get some of these down. Now, in player housing, there is something called the cottage. This looks really cool. So this isn't the supply camp, and the supply camp's been pretty cool. We've got a computer in here, but the player house looks like something else, and honestly, this looks really good. Even at level 1, that's pretty amazing, and the materials to make this, again, super simple. Oh man, I feel like, you know what, maybe we should delete the supply camp and put this thing down instead. At level 5, it gets fully tricked out, and honestly, this is a really cool looking house. Oh my god, yeah, I feel like we have to build this. It just looks so amazing. So coming away from player houses now, and we've got ships. There's a merchant ship. Oh man, I wish we were by the coast so we could get full use of these ships because they look seriously amazing. There's the player explorer. Very cool. This probably serves as like a player house as well. Just like the one in fact, that looks identical to the Byzantine ship. I think that might actually be the Byzantine ship because that looks like a bit of a bee. Okay, cool. Oh man, amazing. And of course, there is a little rowboat. Well, why not? Rower's got a row, right? And of course, wonders. Now, if we're going to look at the palace, we're going to need to find a big empty space to put this down. So let's go and take a look at this bad boy, but I think this is going to look amazing. Okay, so the palace was so much of a beast that it did actually crash my world. Every time I tried to load it, it just wouldn't work. Now, the tip for getting these buildings to load is really the shaders. So, shaders really don't like the previews from Minecolonies. So when you disable the shaders, you can load the previews. Then once the previews are in place, like this one, you can turn the shaders back on. Now, this is a seriously impressive building. Oh my god. This actually blows the cathedral from Byzantine out of the water. And as we go inside the palace, you can see this isn't just a decoration. No, this building actually comes with a whole bunch of goodies. There's loads of guard towers inside, so it's a great way to generate loads and loads of troops. But not only that, it comes with loads of residences all along here. If we keep going, there's even also a barracks. There's a cookery, a warehouse, and some courier huts. Honestly, this entire palace is more like a colony in itself, which is nuts. That said though, it's nothing you can build at the start because oh my god, look at some of these materials required to build this. There's gold everywhere, nether bricks. There's some prismarine. Honestly, yeah, the materials required to build this are through the roof. It's absolutely nuts. But as buildings go, oh man, yes, Spumantii has knocked it out of the park. It's a really impressive, massive building. And if we keep going through, there is even a throne room in the middle with an emerald throne. Oh my god, that looks amazing. A seriously impressive build. Oh man, I do want to put this in our colony, but not for a while, because we're going to need to gather loads of materials for this. So all in all, my dudes, the decorations are very impressive. Oh my god, the palace is insane. I can't wait to build that. My favorite decorations, I think, were the Torii gates, which I think we can put along these avenues, no worries. And also the standing lamps looked really cool as well. I think they'll add to the feel of this city massively. But anyway, that was a look at decorations. Let's get back to the colony. So we've got research to pick, and I already kind of know what research I want to do. That's why we're going to come over here to the computer and grab a diamond, if I've got any left. 9. Yeah, okay, we're looking pretty. We'll dump some other stuff in here for now as well, because we don't need a lot of this stuff. But I'm going to keep the iron. We've also got some gold, and with the residence being upgraded, it's obviously time to get in some new dudes. We've got Crypt Jumper Tsukiyomi over here. How's it going? We're absolutely going to get you in. 33 gold, and they didn't steal the gold. Always good to see. Ambriel Yamato. Wow. Named after a battleship, I guess. Or maybe the battleship was named after Ambriel. Who knows? And who's this over here? Dusk von Wolfgang. Well, the last Dusk died, so we'll get you in. Or was it Drusk? There we go. That's 3 new dudes, and I think we're kind of out of gold now. Wow, yeah, 1 gold ingot left. So I will have to go and grab some more gold. Anyway, I've got a diamond and I've got loads of iron. Let's go over to the university and pick a couple of researchers. The first research we're going to do is avoidance. For 3 iron blocks, it means our knights can use shields. That's going to be amazing, so we'll get that research underway. And in civilian, the reason why we got the diamond is we want to research ambition. This will give us access to the mystical site, because in Shogun, the mystical site isn't just a mystical site. It also comes with some other smaller buildings attached, which is good news, because otherwise the mystical site can seem like a bit of a waste. Usually they're very big, and all they really do is make your colonists more happy. Now that's pretty important, colonists love being happy, but having other buildings on the mystical site just makes it so much more worth it. So what I want to do this episode is build a barracks, and like I said, we're going to be splitting the colony this episode. We're going to basically put a giant wall along here that's going to start where this wall ends, over here. Perfect. We're going to come along through here, and let's get rid of some trees along the way, because yeah, we want to get rid of some trees along the way. There we go. That's a whole bunch of trees out of the way, and now you can see we have a clean line of sight between the 2 points we want to connect up these walls. So the wall's going to come along here. Might have to get rid of this tree, but if we do, that's okay. It's going to kind of bend a bit, and then it's going to connect up there, and we're going to put a barracks gate section in the middle. And that's basically going to bridge the gap between this, which is the upper city, and then down here, we're going to have the lower city. So I've got my builder's goggles somewhere, I think. Yeah, there they are. We'll slot these on, use the build tool to start building some walls, and I'll come back to you guys once you've got all this set up and ready to build. So finishing the walls of the city. Before we build the gate, I had to connect these walls up almost completely and leave a space for the gate in the middle. Getting these walls built has been super easy now that we have deep slate as a renewable resource. There's very little birch involved in creating these walls, so honestly, with deep slate and dirt, you have 99% of the materials covered. And you can see the builder already hard at work building that gate between these 2 sections. But the walls are a bit of a tricky one. When raiders arrive, they're going to try and get into your colony any way they can, and if there's no gate, they will just dig through your walls. Now, we've got a lot of walls, and almost no way for the raiders to get in. So what I can see happening is a lot of repair on these walls as the raiders just break through. We can add more gates, but I don't think we're ever really going to add enough. If anything, our problem with the city is that at the moment, it's just way too defensible, which is a weird problem to have, but yeah, in Minecolonies, it is a problem. Now the gate itself is very cool. I was very careful to line up where the avenue at the bottom here is going to connect to the avenue that comes by our town hall. Also, it's not really a conventional gate. It isn't really like a big giant hole in the middle that you go through. It kind of does a bit of a weird S. You go in through the middle on the inside, but on the outside you come out on the tower on the left. And it took me a while to make sure I was actually getting the inside of the gate on the inside of the city, but there you go. And as this completes, it's basically going to mean we have the entire upper city walled off. And honestly, that's a really good place to be. What I like to do in Minecolonies is basically just compartmentalize your city. because if you don't split your city up into different parts, it can be difficult to kind of focus on one and get it finished. But now we have the walls going around, we can make sure that, you know what, the upper city is done and complete, and once it is, we can then move on to the other parts. But there we go, the gate is now finished, and let's do a bit of a swoop over and a flyby of the entire upper city so far. So this is the back end, the opposite end from where the gate is, and as you can see, we still actually have quite a lot of usable space. The avenue lines up perfectly with the avenue on the gate, there's some cool banners there, and a lot of buildings for us to upgrade, but we've also got some room next to the gate if we want to expand our personal farms. We'll obviously need to tidy up the outside where the walls are kind of just dirt and floating around, but that should be very easy to do. So yeah, check it out, the gate looks really cool, it's a barracks as well, so you know, it comes with a few bonuses. It also matches up with the avenue like I said, and I'll prove that now. If we come in a straight line over here on the stone brick, there we go, and it should match up. This is where we find out it's wrong. Yeah, no, it matches up perfectly, so the avenue can connect. That's amazing. Even if it didn't, we could like alter it and offset it slightly. Not a problem. We'll have to fill in this hole because, oh my god, yeah. Don't want to fall down there. Another thing about this area is there's a lot of podzol around. And I don't know if I like podzol. I think it can work sometimes, but at the moment, mixed in with these flowers, I don't know if it looks that good. So replacing a lot of the podzol with grass might be an idea for us. Let me know how you feel about podzol in the comment section. Now, when we started the episode, I did say there was something about the farm and the lumberjack I wanted to show you guys. So, ooh, warboy, oh, I haven't got any gold, so I can't hire these guys, which is a bit of a shame. It means, who's this guy stuck in the wall? Yeah, Eviebeck's wolf. Sorry, you can't get into the colony. But yeah, I mentioned before that we need to get these buildings, the lumberjack, the mine also, and the farm up to level 3 for technology. But beyond that, it can also really be a good idea to have multiples of these buildings so you get loads more wood and loads more crops. But what I discovered is, once you get these buildings up to level 3, well, take a look, let it speak for itself. If you scroll down here, you'll see that there is also, yeah, another forester's hut. And that's because at level 3, these buildings get apprentices. So it's like 2 huts in one, and we can double our amount of foresters in just the same building. So even though these buildings are quite big, they do actually double up as 2 huts in the end. That's really cool, that means we can get twice the wood and twice the crops once we get to level 3. So that's good news, good to know. Now also, the build took so long with the walls and the gates, I'm fairly sure that our research is going to have completed. So let's go and take a look. Only one way to find out, right? And it looks like, yeah, nothing's in progress, so let's think about our next steps. If we get some hay bales, we can do first aid down civilian, and that'll give our citizens a bit more health. That's actually going to be really good. It could save a life or two. Oh, and also check it out. So with the smeltery, the mine only has to be level 2. Oh, I did not know that. Is that like a buff? Well, whatever it is, this is a really good research. It'll unlock the smeltery, which means we can smelt things, and that leads on to the glass blower's hut and a couple of other really powerful researches. Well, okay, yeah, 4 lava buckets and some hay bales. Looks like we have 10 hay bales, perfect, but getting the lava buckets, that could be a tricky one. We're going to have to make some buckets, so here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got the hay bales, but the lava, where are we going to find some lava? Well, I kind of just want to use surface lava for this if we can. Going digging for lava can be a bit tricky. Surface lava is usually the best bet, but a look around and it's slim pickings as far as lava goes. There's a lot going on around here though, so it's pretty cool. Aha, what's this? So just a hop, skip and a jump over here to the east, and this looks like a nice big lake of lava. Well, okay, yeah, let's go over there. We have a goal in mind. We can grab that lava, got the buckets. Oh my god. Do you mind, guys? Come on. That's right, you're stuck, aren't you? Yeah, get some. Ooh, membrane. Now, while we're over here, we need to use the gate to leave the colony anyway, but we might as well take a look and see what this building offers. So there are lots of guard towers inside this barracks, as you'd expect. The actual barracks block itself is a bit weird, because well, I can't actually find it. I think it was wow, where is it? Honestly, it could be anywhere. Where are you, barracks block? Aha, yeah, here we go, tucked away in the corner. Pretty hard to find. But yeah, at level 1, the barracks doesn't get many things, but it comes with loads of guard towers attached, and these all start at level 1, which is really good news. We can probably get loads more guards now, which is good to know. But yeah, you come through here and it's a bit of like a weird exit, but I think as it goes up in the levels, it gets to be a bit more of like a normal gate. Now we're going east, let me turn on the mini-map. And I think that is this way. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, buckets at the ready. Oh man, a nice big lava lake. Very lucky find. And right on our doorstep as well. So we'll just grab, I think we wanted 4, but you know what? We're here. We grab 5. Honestly, I've got enough iron. Yeah, you know what? Let's go home with as many buckets of lava as we can. You never know when you're going to need a bucket of lava. So you know what? Why not? So here we are. Got the buckets of lava. Got the hay bales. Let's go and do some research. Now be very careful not to click on the university with the lava bucket, because that's how mistakes happen and buildings burn down. But here we go, research. Civilian, we wanted to learn the health one, first aid. Boom, on the way, and down technology now we have the buckets. There we go, researching hot. Unlocks the smeltery, amazing. Now this is where we have a real decision to make. There's a lot of production buildings to come now. The sawmill, the smeltery, the stonemason's hut, the blacksmith, and honestly, that's way more buildings that can fit in this small area. Plus, also, I kind of wanted to make sure that this remaining area is just kind of like agricultural stuff. Things like the plantation, the animal farms, etc. So I do think we're going to be making some kind of lower city down here, which is where all of the production happens. And as luck would have it, it's coming up to the weekend, so that's basically the perfect chance for me to spend hours and hours and hours building some brand new walls to encompass a lower city area. But there we go, the upper city is finished now, and we can really start thinking about getting proper decorations around here and finishing this area up. What do you think, Kaito? Got any nuggets of, I don't know, wisdom or cool poetry for us today?
The gate looks good, but let me think. Towering gate stands, shadows stretching far and wide. Secrets wait beyond.
Ah, yes, very ponderous, very insightful. This man is a real guru of wisdom. And anyway, thank you for watching. And oh god, come on, dude, what are you doing? Anyway, a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Next episode, yeah, like I said, we'll expand the walls, and I don't know what we'll work on, so that's going to be a bit of a surprise. But until next time, take care.